cheat sheet out. Look at 1-1. Let's look at this side. Questions on page 1. Any questions here? Guys, make sure and be honest with yourselves in this. Are these the hardest problems in the chapter? Make sure you know how to do these. Why? You want to do these right because there'll be harder problems, right? Make sure you get the easy problems right on the test. That's the key to making good grade. Don't make life so hard on yourself. Like, for instance, the last chapter we did. Knowing what's a pentagon, which one's a hexagon, which one's a, that kind of stuff. Does that take any math skill to know that? You just study, don't you? I know that stuff. Okay, any questions here? None at all. We're good on all of these here. It's knowing how many planes are shown. Our points A, B, and C coplanar. What does coplanar mean? They're in the same what? Plane. Okay, the other side. How about any of these? We're doing that good on these, huh? What are the strings? At what? Line or segment, correct? A car antenna. Yeah, or array. Library card. Plane. Point. What's that? Say it's an octagon, but all right. This one right here. How about on 1-2? How do we do on that? Remember, this is when we had stuff in between. If we look on these, we're on page 3 right now. What do we see here? A to C. First of all, read the problem. Don't make that mistake. This is what they want to know. So what is that? The two smaller parts that make the what? So what is this? What about right here? What'd they ask for? Pay attention to what they ask for. What's this? How would I get it? What do you get? Huh? Can we do that? One thing here. Make sure you can write this in millimeters. This would be how many centimeters? It'd be 5.6 centimeters, correct? Would you guys say that? Or 5.5? Yeah, okay, we'll say 5.5. Or what would it be in millimeters? 55 millimeters, right? How about this one? What should you do on your test? Or on your answer sheet, actually. You won't be able to write on the test. And get used to that. You're going to need a scratch sheet of paper. And I'll give you an answer sheet, but there'll be multiple choice. And you won't be able to write on the test. Okay? Because I got to use it the next hour. Now, right here. What should you probably do? What will help you? If you'll do what? Draw a picture. Find the value of x where y and yz. So, okay, you got to know the two things you're finding. Y is between x and z. So point here, and then a point in the middle, right? Which one's on the outside? Which two? X and what? Z, Y's in here. Now it's just a matter of putting it in the right spot, isn't it? Two smaller parts added together equal the whole thing. Which one of these do you want me to do? Okay, they're trying to trick you here. XZ, X, or XY, XY. XY is always equal to what? XY, isn't it? So if XY is 5X, And also 25, isn't 5x equal to 25? You actually don't need the picture for this one, do you? They're trying to trick you. On these, xy, let's do number 9. xy is what? 2x plus 1. That's from here to here, right? What's yz? 6x. What is xz? 81. What's my equation here, guys? Isn't that the key? What do I do? Here to here is 2x plus 1. Here to here is 6x minus 1. How do these three things relate to each other? Come on, guys. Wake up. The two smaller parts, doesn't this part plus this part equal the whole thing? So what would my equation be? 2x plus 1. That's from here to here, right? Plus, what's this? 6x minus 1. All of that is equal to the whole thing, which is what? Oh, I'm sorry. No, minus 1. Good job. Okay, 6x. I'm not really sure where I got that from. Everybody understand? Okay. What's next for me now? No. I've got 3 terms here. Is there any way I can make the left side simpler? 8x plus 1 is equal to what? 81. What's my next step? 8x is equal to what? Divide both sides by x is equal to. Now, what do they ask for? They ask for x and they ask for what? YZ. YZ is 6 times whatever what? X is. What's x? So what is YZ? Okay, I am recording this. You can look at it online. Any others? Okay. Distance formula. How do you find the distance between two things? Basically, you subtract your x's, square it, subtract your y's, square it, correct? What are the two? Let's look at number 7. What are your two x terms? 2 and what? 4. What are your two y terms? 3 and what? Isn't the rest calculator work? And knowing order of operations, 2 minus 4 is what? Negative 2 squared. Should you ever get a negative under here? No. Because when you square a negative, you always get a this would be 4 plus 1. Square root of 5 is your answer, correct? And when you, it'll be 2 point something. Okay? How do we find the midpoint between two things? Add the coordinates and divide by. So see, we found the midpoint here. There'll be one like this on your test. There'll be one like this on your test. Actually, there'll be one like this on your test. There'll be one like this. What do we do here? The two x's were 3 and what? 5. 3 plus 5 divided by what? So I get 8 divided by 2. The x coordinate is what? 4. Find the y coordinate. You add your what? Y's divide by what? There's your midpoint. One, 4. Be able to do things like name the vertex of an angle. The vertex of an angle is where it changes direction. They do that at a point. So the answer is a point, the vertex of angle 4. This is angle 4, isn't it? Where's that vertex located? The answer here, T. That's where the vertex for that one is. Name a side. Side's going to be ST for angle 4. Side 4 and UT. Write another name for each angle. Angle 3. How else could I name angle 3? Somebody? Huh? Why could I not name it angle T? Would I know exactly which angle you're talking about if you say angle T there? No, because there's 3 of them there, isn't there? There's actually more than that. Like 5. Right. If you can get a name with a number, or you name it by how you draw it. So angle 3 is this angle right here. I would draw it by going from W, then to what? Then to? So angle WTV. Those are the type of problems you can't get wrong on this test. Okay, guys? That's a matter of studying. Watching this video again and hearing me say that you name an angle how you would what? Draw it, right? What else? Or what else could you have put here? Angle what? In a multiple choice test, they're probably only going to have one of these two, aren't they? So you need to be able to look at this and know that this is the same thing as what? Right? You guys can do that, can't you? What happens when things bisect it? They cut it in what? So BD bisects angle EBC, right? So what does that mean? Angle EBD is congruent to what angle? DBC. 17 says EBD is 4x plus 16. DBC is 6x plus 4. What do you think? What do I need to do here? They want me to find what? Measure of angle EBD? How am I going to do that? I have to know what variable? If it looks like an equation, algebra, I probably need to create an equation. How does this relate to this? Because they are. So this thing's equal to this thing? Didn't I, in a roundabout way, just say an equation? I just need to write this thing down. What is this thing? It's equal to this other thing over here, which is? Okay. What allowed me to do that problem? Knowing that what? This bisects it. You know, when I say it, it always sounds easy, doesn't it? Or Mr. Leifert says it. That's because we know that the big key here is knowing what bisect means. That it cuts it in what? Half. Makes them what? Congruent. Knowing that congruent means they're equal. That knowledge leads you to this. Subtract 16. Subtract 6x. Subtract 6x. I'm just trying to do this fast. We got negative 2x is equal to negative 12. X is equal to 6. Did they ask for x? Ask for EBD. So what do I need to do? EBD is 4 times whatever what? X is plus 16. What's x? Is that right? One five. Questions on this? Yes. Okay. Complementary. what does it mean when two angles are complementary? They add to 90 degrees. So I'm going to name an angle complementary to EKH. It's this one, but it has to be on. It has to be this one. Okay? The reason is if I extended this line, this would be congruent to this, correct? And that would complete the 90 degrees because then these two would be vertical. Okay? Admittedly, that's a tough one. That's one of the ones, okay, you're taking this test. Okay? You're confused by that one. That's a question on the test. You can't get through this like I can to be able to justify why. See, in a way I kind of proved it to myself, which we'll learn about proofs a little bit next chapter. Still, if you're looking at this picture, what is the most logical choice for the one that would add to 90 degrees with it? What's the only other angle that even remotely fits the bill? By looking at it. This small one right here, right? Agreed? I'm not saying to guess if you don't have to guess, but if you're going to guess, make a educated guess, correct? It's part of test taking. And it turns out that was the one, wasn't it? Okay? Makes sense? Huh? Okay. Yes, there were some on here. I won't put in like, I saw some of these when we're making the test. There won't be any on here, but this is how you do this one. The measure of an angle supplement, the supplement of an angle is 36 less than the measure of the angle. Okay, we got a measure of an angle. Lex will say X is measure of angle 1. The measure of angle 2, the one supplement to it, okay, 1, 2. If the measure of angle 1 is X, the measure of the angle supplement to the angle is 36 less than the measure of the angle. So it's this angle is 36 less than this one, right? So this one would be X minus what? This one's X, right? This one's 36 less, so that's X minus 36. So now I can say X plus what? X minus 36 is equal to 180 because they are, it's a supplement. Stop putting your stuff up. Then you add 36, 2x is equal to 216, is that right? 108. And if that one's 108, that means the other one's what? 72. Now, what happens when I have a straight line? What do I know about this right here? Somebody tell me. They add to. Very important. Anytime two lines intersect, what do I know about the opposite angles? What are they? And they're what kind of angles? Vertical angles. Test tomorrow. Be ready. Yeah.